A big New England welcome from Portland, Maine. This is good old JR Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Lawler.
I've never seen a crowd so fired up, JR. They can't wait to get started, and neither can I.
That makes two of us, King. I don't think Portland's gonna know what hit it after tonight. What a reversal.
Yes, that was an incredible move. What strategy?
Strategy, my Oklahoma ass. That's cheating, plain and simple.
I can't even imagine what these superstars will put each other through.
I don't think you'll have to use much imagination, King. I think they intend to show you right here tonight. Look at this! Look at this! You talk about a house of fire, you're seeing it right here!
Yeah? Well, somebody better put out that fire, or this one's not gonna end well. I think the best is yet to come in this match, JR.
The submission is locked in! This could be huge!
Oh my gosh, JR! You can't go long without tapping out to this!
I'm sure these competitors...
I don't care how tough you are, JR. No one can take this kind of pain for long.
You're absolutely right, King. We've seen many superstars tap out to this very hole.
Well, from the looks of things, it's not hard to tell how this one's gonna go.
What are you talking about, King? I think this is still an extremely competitive match that could go either way.
You know, JR, it's obvious that the only exercise you get is stretching the truth or jumping to conclusions.
Well, judging from the shape I'm in, I don't appear to be doing too much of either, King. You're looking pretty fit, though, I must say.
Look at that! No fear whatsoever. What an amazing superstar!
Be that as it may, this isn't the sort of thing that wins matches, King.
You think this is going to be a back-and-forth kind of match? Or do you think this is going to be pretty one-sided, JR?
I couldn't tell you, King. These superstars are so unpredictable that you can never tell how a match is going to go.
That was a long way to go for a simple, I don't know, JR. They're taking it down a notch, JR. This could get interesting.
They're picking their spots, King. You got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. I'm not so sure this was about winning or losing anymore. I think it's become more personal than that.
Of course it's personal, JR. Anytime you step into the ring with someone who wants to beat you down in order to win the match, it's personal.
I guess I can't argue with that, King. I just wonder if they'll be able to settle their differences in this match, or if it's going to wind up bigger than that. If you root around under the ring long enough, you're bound to find a weapon of some sort or another.
It looks like they've slowed the match down a little, and I think that's some good strategy right there.
It certainly is.
That sledgehammer will rearrange your facial features for sure, JR. I talked to these superstars backstage before the match, and I don't think I've ever seen competitors so ready to get it on.
And that's coming through loud and clear here tonight in this match. They're not taking it easy on each other either.
It's been said a million times, but I'll say it again. This isn't ballet. Ruthless aggression is the name of the game. This has gone beyond just being a match, JR. I think these superstars genuinely hate each other.
There's no love lost between these competitors, that's for sure.
Rope break.
What a submission hold! Could this be a tap out?
It isn't. The hold can't be broken. You can't take this kind of pain. for long. Looks like things have quieted down here a bit, JR.
Well, you can be certain that won't last long, King.
That's for sure. I haven't seen the superstar yet who goes down without a fight.
Oh, for the love of... Talk about having no respect for your opponent.
Well, if you've got a problem with it, maybe you should do something about it, JR. I've got to say, JR, I'm really impressed by what we've seen here tonight.
How could you not be, King? These are some of the finest athletes in all of sports entertainment.
I know. That ring bell will ring your bell for sure, JR. JR's not going to be happy about this one, folks. I think one of his favorites is going to get beat like the proverbial government mule.
I'm not playing favorites, King. I might have issues with certain superstars as human beings, but I respect their in-ring abilities nonetheless.
JR, you're so full of it that you've got diarrhea of the mouth and constipation of the brain. Boy, it's obvious these superstars have done their homework on each other.
What a shot from that ring bell!
Look at him, rubbing his opponent's face in it. I love it.
Well, this crowd, that's not what the ring bell's supposed to be used for.
Can you believe we're actually watching these superstars?
Oh boy, this is not going to be an easy hole to escape from.
It sure isn't, JR. I've been on the wrong end of that one many times. Ouch! I don't think that ring bell tastes too good, JR. So, how do you think this one's going to turn out, JR?
Honestly, King, I have absolutely no idea.
Uh-oh. This isn't going to be pretty. There's the reversal. So come on, JR. Just between you and me, who are you pulling for in this matchup?
I'd like to see a clean victory by a superstar with a lot of heart and a lot of intensity who puts on the best performance possible for the fans, King.
I almost feel bad for Taz and Michael Cole. They never get to call matches as good as this.
SmackDown's had its fair share of exciting matchups, King, but I'm inclined to agree with you. There's nothing like watching the Raw superstars perform live.
And we're so lucky, JR. We get to see them every single week. You gotta respect the commitment and the dedication of these superstars to their careers.
Nope.
Wow, there's a hole you don't want to find yourself in, JR.
You sure don't, King. We've seen many a superstar tap out to this one.
If any superstar shows the slightest hint of weakness, they've lost the match.
That's for sure. No matter how beat up you are. If there's the submission, there might not be any way out of it.
There'd better be, but we're going to see a tap out right here. So who do you think's going to win this match, JR? Oh, man, I've been in this hole before, JR. This brings back some bad memories.
I can understand why, King. I can't even imagine the pain being inflicted here.
I think I know who's going to win this match, but I don't want to say. I'm afraid I'll jinx it.
Come on, King. Don't tell me you're superstitious.
Of course not, JR. I'm not superstitious because I know that's unlucky. Oh boy, here it comes. I think we're going to find out just how much punishment the human body can withstand.
I think you're right, King. These superstars, and there's the cover.
There's all sorts of crazy stuff under the ring, and all of it can inflict a lot of damage on an opponent.
This could be a pinfall. Boy, what a match. I wouldn't even hazard a guess as to who's going to win this thing.
What? Have you got both your contacts in one eye, JR? It's been obvious to me since the start of the match.
Oh, really? Well then, why don't you just enlighten the rest of us, King?
No way! I can already tell this is going to be a great match, and I don't want to ruin the ending for you.
You're too kind, King. You're also full of horse manure. Oh! What a shot from that steel chair!
Uh-oh! Talk about a hole you don't want to find yourself in.
No kidding! This'll rearrange your anatomy.
That chair was never intended to be used like this.
I've got a feeling that this has...
Flat on your back with your shoulders on the mat is no place to be.
3. I think this crowd has... Well, there it is. That's the match. There's no question that was a hard-fought pin, King.
The superstar.
I'm actually surprised at the outcome, JR. That match went a lot differently than I thought it would.
Well, that just goes to show you, anything can happen in WWE.